Nintendo may not have a lot of games right now, and no major release in February, but they are downright destroying when it comes to NPDs, as evidenced by the recent reports highlighting Nintendo's extreme success this past month. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Gabe is here, and Switch is once again the best-selling platform of the month of February and 2019 year to date. They, in fact, reached their highest year-to-date dollar sales for Nintendo-produced hardware since 2011 and generated their highest February month hardware dollar sales since the same February 2011.
How crazy is it that Nintendo can just dominate like this when they're not really putting out a lot of games? Yes, we have Yoshi later in the month, but other than that, we had a new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe that came out, and I guess that sold well, but nothing major new happening, except I guess Yoshi, if we want to count that. We know that summertime is when they are going to really start getting into the swing of things with the big new releases, but it's really cool to see them continue to win like this.
I think this has a lot to do with the aftershocks of their late year releases. So if you weren't able to grab a Switch around the holiday time, but you were super excited for Smash Bros. Ultimate, or I guess any of the games that released, Pokemon Let's Go, now you're grabbing the console. Because if this was just insane software sales, it would make sense. Right after the holidays, they crushed the holidays, someone sold more than Xbox and PlayStation combined. But the fact that it's hardware continuing to destroy, when you're right, there just isn't a whole lot that would motivate a new hardware purchase, it goes to show how stellar that lineup is. And I'm honestly shocked by the fact that some of these titles are still in the top 20. If we look at the top software games sales of the month, Anthem took the top spot, but you have a lot of Nintendo mainstays in there, including Super Mario Party at 17, which is insane to me. Remember, the Switch games don't even include digital sales, so it could be higher than 17, but I'm shocked that that one is still way up there.
Here, I kind of want to go over all the Switch games in the top 20. Number 7, we have Smash. That makes sense. There was some really steep competition with Resident Evil 2, Red Dead Redemption, Far Cry New Dawn, Kingdom Hearts came out, and you mentioned Anthem, Jump Force also sold surprisingly well. So Smash getting number 7 when it is on one platform as opposed to all the other ones being on every platform, that's really cool. Number 11, we have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Right after that, we have number 12, Mario Kart 8. God, yeah, you're right, that's crazy. Zelda though, Zelda's still selling at number 15. We have Super Mario Party at 17. And that's pretty much it for the top 20. But the top 10 list for Switch titles is interesting as well, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, seeing a lot of these evergreen titles in there doesn't surprise me, just given that a lot of sales the last couple months of Switch units, and if you got Smash, well, now maybe you want Mario Kart. If you got Mario Kart, maybe you want Zelda. If you got Odyssey, maybe you want Mario Party. I'm genuinely surprised that Mario Party has become such a stellar seller for them, and I really hope that they do that game justice and give it some DLC. But if we look to the top 10 Switch titles, it plays out kind of how I would expect, although I will say that personally I'm a bit surprised that Pokemon is lower. I think if there wasn't the looming Pokemon Sword and Shield, it would be higher, but I think with even before it was announced, we knew it was coming, and so that allows some of these other games to jump ahead.
This is a little bit of a contradiction here, but hear me out. I think that this is an interesting list because of how boring it is. The fact that we could guess all 10 of the games except for Minecraft. I guess Minecraft's number 10. Everything else is exactly what you expect it to be. 9, Splatoon 2. 8, Let's Go Eevee. 7, Let's Go Pikachu. Then you have Odyssey at 6. Mario. How is Mario Party selling more than Odyssey right now?
I don't. It's crazy. I guess I don't know. I wonder if it benefits. I mean, it is a newer game, but also the fact that holiday months you maybe get the big Odyssey Zelda titles, and then it gives, hey, you need something else, or maybe it's the family just fun of the Switch, and perhaps that game just really struck a chord with bridging age gaps and gamer gaps for the console. Maybe people are just super hungry for Mario Party, and the fact that this one is pretty decent, I don't know. I hope that they just reward all the purchases with some future content. I would love to see that come at E3.
Sure. Let me finish off the top 10. We had Mario Party at 5, Breath of the Wild 4, Mario Kart 8 at 3, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at 2, which makes sense because it's a newer release. Smash Bros. Ultimate, no surprise, number 1. One thing that is surprising though, Zach, Tell me about these controllers selling well. I think some of this has to do with Mario Party. Mario Party might be having some effect here.
Or Smash Bros. Or people just wanting to play multiplayer. Nintendo gamepad sales increased nearly 80% in the month of February and are now up approximately 90% year to date. Now, gamepad sales, it's a little kind of
the phrasing
uncertain
is
of a
weird.
term. Yeah, like, does that mean Pro Controller? Does that mean any controller? But it's interesting because Nintendo really hasn't put out anything new on the Joy-Con front or the Pro Controller front in a while. They did with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate bring a nice black and white Pro Controller, but we're constantly talking about how, like, hey, we're ready for the next wave of Joy-Con. We're ready for the next wave of Joy-Con. So this isn't motivated by something new. This is motivated, I think, just by either wanting to play Smash Brothers with the Pro Controller, or just expanding your Switch arsenal and really emphasizing the multiplayer capabilities of the console.
Yeah, I mean, if we have no idea, but if they're counting like the GameCube controllers that Nintendo was like, putting out there, that maybe made a dent. Again, Super Mario Party doing so well. If we're counting Joy-Con, that probably sold a bunch as well. Hey, good job on them. They sell those controllers for a lot of money, so I know Nintendo's profiting off of those quite a bit.
And now, not that Splatoon 2 isn't doing well, but maybe this helps us better understand the reason that game is the one that gets the push via the discount and the demo, because it is lower than giving like a Mario Kart demo or giving a Mario Party demo or something of that sort. So right now maybe they want to just emphasize and give that a little bit of an oomph. But it's incredible how well they're doing, and there's this constant schism of like Nintendo Switch needs more games, yet the console is selling so well even without games. And I don't know that there is a perfectly balanced ebb and flow. I don't know that once we start getting a ton of releases, it's going to just skyrocket the sales. I think they'll probably stay consistent, but it is interesting, and I'm sure Nintendo notices that they are able to push Switch consoles even in months completely devoid of new tentpole titles.
Yeah, I mean, we have an Indies presentation tomorrow, so not that Indies really push much, but hey, the Switch ecosystem is alive and well. They're selling very, very well. Hopefully, those investors can be a little bit more appeased, because we know they're crazy reactionary, and we know that there's not a lot happening right now. But Yoshi's coming at the end of the month. Hopefully, some cool indie games announced tomorrow, and hopefully next month is just as good for them.
I do want to make extra emphasis on the point that yes, PS4 and Xbox One are at the end of their life cycles. Crackdown 3 did not do anything for Microsoft, it seems. And so, yeah, it's pretty easy for the Switch to beat out those two systems. But the kicker here is that it was the best hardware dollar month, best February, since 2011. So it's not just that, they beat, this year and it was just a weak year. They made more money than any February in the last 8, which is super impressive and super cool, and hopefully bodes well, even though we're at a complete doldrums period right now. Hopefully it bodes well for what we see announced at E3 from Nintendo and from other publishers and developers. I don't know how you can ignore this. If you are making either multi-platform experiences or even looking to do something exclusive, it's got to start getting just impossible to ignore. So hopefully that pans out. Let us know your take in the comments down below, everybody, on what you think about these numbers, Nintendo's incredible sales, and if you find any of the ordering or the games included in the top 20 interesting. Gabe, it's interesting to me that they never include the digital sales, right, for the Switch stuff. So was Smash Bros. Actually higher? Was Mario Party actually higher? Was there another game that was creeping up there? If we look at, hey, what's right below Mario Party, Mario Odyssey, could that have made the list had digital sales? How many people are partaking in sort of our version of the Switch now, which is like an all-digital console? It's interesting to think about.
I would imagine a lot. One other thing that I'm interested in, Zach, Yoshi releasing so late in the month. Do we think that cracks the top 10 for Switch at least? I don't know about overall, but
I think it's got to, right?
Right? Buy Minecraft next month for being in the top 10 of Switch sellers. I think Yoshi does crack the top
for 3
10.
days.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, we'll see.
I feel like it's got to.
Yeah.
Will it crack the top 20 for March? That I don't know. If we look at Mario Party, there was Rainbow Six Siege, Madden 19, and Spider-Man below. I'm not sure, but yeah, it should chart, I would imagine. I'll be interested to see as the months go on and as more and more titles are released, which of these stay, because we've seen some deviation, right? Pokemon is a new entrant, Smash Bros is a new entrant, Mario Bros U Deluxe. Like, how long will that game last? Will it see an incredible dip once Mario Maker comes out and there's another Mario game on store shelves, or will it stay strong? And how will the impending releases of Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Fire Emblem, which ones will stay atop this Switch sellers? You know, Smash, Odyssey, Breath of the Wild probably always be there, Mario Kart as well. But will one falter? Will it be your beloved Splatoon 2, Gabe?
Never. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They're running out of Splatfest over there in Inkopolis, so maybe. But yeah, let us know your take in the comments down below. I'm very happy to see them succeeding. And man, Nintendo, if people are buying all these controllers, maybe it's time to release some new colorways for me to add to my collection. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And for myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.